Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily Tuesday training. Des here, just checking in to encourage you guys to build on that Monday motivation yesterday and to let you know how I'm getting on and how I've used the activity today to keep that good spirit going. Of course, yesterday I was talking about how much I needed to get back into doing a little bit more into my training, into my healthy habits. With all the excitement recently, kind of been distracted. It's no excuse, it's just a reality. I'm not making any bones about it. Possibly should have done a little bit more to this point, but with 3 months before my personal big day and 4 months before the London Marathon, every Tuesday training becomes that little bit more significant. And today I'm really pleased to be in a good place to attack everything I've had to do. I was up early in this very spot, getting in a DOdaily coaching session, one of the running boot camps I do here in Nottingham. And whilst I've been coaching recently, today I took part to some degree, not as much as the other guys, still had my role to play there. But then this evening, out with the Do Running group around Nottingham, enjoying a really warm 5k. And whilst it's a steady-ish group, we just had a bit of chance today to stretch out a little bit. So pleased with that effort and the fact I've been out twice today, and now I'm out in the slightly cooler temperatures, almost warming down. It's really nice and feels like I've done everything I said I'm going to do. And like I say, after what I said on Monday motivation yesterday, starting the week that little bit calmer, letting things settle down a little bit, letting those distractions, sort of forgetting about those just a little bit. Of course I won't forget everything and all the good things. It's important to take that forward, but I was talking about sort of time frames and how long I've got to do this and how long I've got to do that, and taking that in today has just been really good personally, and it just makes me feel amazing. One of the reasons I started this channel was to try and encourage people to do a little bit more activity. I don't want to preach at anyone, but I try and explain when it works for me how much it could work for you, you know, and how we can just build on it slightly. The daily motivation centre around activity, of course, Tuesday training, Wednesday workout, etc., wake up to walk, are kind of centred around activity. So it's important for me to keep passing that message on whilst things have developed a little bit and are trying to sort of motivate and inspire people to do what works for them and to do what makes them happy and make small positive changes. I'm definitely not trying to preach here. I just want to let people know how I'm getting on. I've got big targets all of a sudden again to work to, but also in terms of the numbers of the targets, I'm hoping to lose a considerable amount of weight. I'm hoping to achieve certain goals, and all that become clear. But for today, it was just about getting out there, extending on the activity I did yesterday. I always try and get a walk in, and of course when I'm filming each of these episodes, I'm generally out and about. Love it on a Tuesday, having sort of poured sweat through what seemed like the hottest part of the day. It's always nice just to take the pace off a little bit, collect my thoughts, and then relax somewhat. I'll be back at it tomorrow again, looking to continue with the running club, which I always do here in Nottingham. Offers me great accountability that when it's working well. You know, I encourage the guys who take part, if they are struggling at times, is just keep saying they're coming to the group, keep saying there's 2, 3, 4 sessions, however many people want to attend here in Nottingham. But I always say, if you're struggling for a bit of motivation, make yourself accountable to the group. Of course I want them to come along, I'd love as many people as I can, but for them as much as anything, you know, adding that little bit of accountability. And for me, as the person who leads these groups here, you know, is always encouraging others, even when it's not going fantastically well for myself. It offers me great accountability as well. So I'll be back out doing a Wednesday workout and then sort of continuing on into the week. What I am trying to do, even though I've done 2 sessions today, I mentioned earlier that I didn't go too hard this morning. Just got to be cautious. At times I've been guilty of it, and again, this is all part of my sort of understanding of it now. Do you know, where I've got injured, where it's not worked, where my motivation's drained very quickly. Always evaluating, always thinking how I can do it that little bit better. Do you know, and I probably contradict myself at times, but there's no one size fits all, is there? It's just about finding a way that works. For me, DOdaily, the motivations, the running groups, the coaching groups, they give me great accountability. And the fact that at times I feel like I should be the example, really should. Other people will say to me, well, if you're injured or if this is happening, yeah, I totally understand that. But to some degree, as the one putting myself out there, this is what I've got to do. And saying the things I do through DOdaily, got to keep passing the message on of how important it is to keep working at it. Like I say, with all those distractions, it was easy to find an excuse. And it wasn't always an excuse, but it was easy to be distracted. It's easy not to even realise that things are overtaken and not happening. That's happened to some degree with my running. Things have just sort of took me off where I'm at and sort of bounced from one thing to another. But now I'm making a conscious effort. A little bit of calm after all the excitement has given me an opportunity to think things through clearly. Remember again how important it is. Believe me, I did a 2-mile run this morning as part of a warm-up with the guys. There and back, a mile or so, just under a mile each way. And it made me feel amazing for the rest of the day. It made me feel fantastic going to work, like I'd achieved. Again, I've done, without blowing my head trumpet, I've done much more epic things in the past, but today it made me feel like, yes, I've kind of broke some barriers there, broke down some of the issues I've had in terms of getting up and getting out there. And then when it comes to the session later on, I feel a lot more prepared and ready, and it's just again made me feel like I've taken exactly what I needed to from the day. And the longer that goes on, I guess what I'm getting to ultimately today is the longer that feeling goes on, just gets that little bit easier, doesn't it? I always say running, activity, and trying to introduce it into your lifestyle is never easy, even if you've been doing it a long time, because it's all relative. But the more you do something, the more you get into routine, it becomes easier to keep to the routines. It becomes easier to find that bit of motivation. The exercise bit itself, it's tough, it's the way it is, but if we're giving ourselves the best chance and we've got plans and we make ourselves accountable, for me, you know, working off these motivations, trying to encourage you guys and the guys around me, you know, that's great, isn't it? Because it gives me every single chance to get back to a point where I almost do it subconsciously. You know, there's been points before DOdaily, during DOdaily, there'll be points again in the future where I just get up and do it and I don't feel the need to mention certain aspects of it. But for now, still that little bit of an effort, still a little bit of an ask. So I'm just trying to express how I'm feeling, how it's never easy, you know, and how we can find ways just to be that little bit more on top of things. Hopefully you understand that. Hopefully you see where I'm coming from. As I always say, when it comes to activity, not trying to preach, and definitely not doing that. I understand it's all relative to the individual, but if there's other ways that you can find to be happy, to be content, to be making progress, you know, being that little bit better, use them, find them. It'd be amazing. Love to hear how people sort of motivate themselves. So if you've got any comments, please drop that on the bottom. That would be absolutely amazing. Whatever it's for, doesn't have to be to get up and go for a run. It doesn't have to be to get out and do any kind of form of activity. Whatever you need to motivate yourself for and the way you do it, I'd love to hear it. Drop that in the comments. Of course, if you've enjoyed the episode of me just being honest, relatable, realistic, letting you know where I'm at, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Like I say, Tuesdays is all about the Tuesday training, trying to encourage that little bit of effort, that little bit of getting out of comfort zone to just move it forward. If we can move forward bit by bit, before we know it, we're climbing the mountains we need to. Feels like that for me, but I know I'll get there. I'll be back tomorrow to let you know how the training's going, the diet, the regime. Finding it tough on that side as well, the diet, but I'll let you know how I'm going, and hopefully I'm still really positive about it. Until then guys, just doing it.